there's a variety of different ways we can commence a process. As I've discussed before, we can do one-on-one direct negotiations, which certainly did not make sense, because the only time you would ever want to do one-on-one direct negotiations is when there's only one likely buyer for your business. Now, for the majority of you out there, if you've got a differentiated business that's kicking off cash flow and you've got resources and capabilities and you got a business that you could sell, you might find 3 potential buyers for it, 5 potential buyers, 10, the list goes on. The more buyers you have, the more you want your process to be auction-like. And when I talk about auctions, as we're thinking about the choice of process for Nomor, a standard auction, which is kind of derivative of the open outcry auction, which is what we typically refer to as an English auction, right? Any ascending price auction is an English auction. And, Sotheby sells that Picasso. They're using a open outcry English auction. They're starting at roughly 50% of where they think the price will ultimately end up. They're starting with big bid increments. So a $100,000 painting, we're going to start at $50K. We'll use $10,000 increments and we'll decrease them as we go up. We'll hope to breach 100,000. That's a very plain vanilla English auction. Now, we're probably not going to sell a business using the format of an open outcry market. Now, it does happen. It happens typically in what would be called a 363 bankruptcy sale. That's where we would typically see open outcry auctions. But when we're talking about selling a privately held business, confidentiality is obviously extremely important. So we're going to use a sealed bid auction mechanism, meaning it's private. No one buyer knows any of the other participants. With an open outcry auction, you've got 500 people in the room. You look around, you know who else is bidding. In a sealed bid auction, no buyer knows who the other buyers are. Now they can assume, right? I mean, they're sophisticated. If you're buying a certain specific, let's say, a chip manufacturer, right? You're a microchip manufacturer, right? The chip manufacturers are going to know who the other manufacturers are and who's likely to participate. But at the end of the day, it's confidential and it's private. Furthermore, this is not something you're announcing, right? I mean, you take your business out to market, you use a closed bid auction. It is very quiet. You're not putting stuff on the internet. You are inviting a small group of participants to come in and participate in your sealed bid auction.